Alright, welcome to game 2. I actually realized that I wasn't recording the last game. So, this is going to be the real game 2. Which is kind of good, because the last one I went from 1st to 4th immediately. And then lost in 4th, not cashing out, and it was embarrassing. So I'm glad you're not going to see that. Alright. Alpha, Delta, in hotel. Delta's the only one to make a call. I feel like Alpha would have made a bet with the ace. Pre-flop if they had it. So it kind of reeks of a bluff, or at least a semi-bluff. 8-10. I can wait a little bit, see how the table goes. Call from Echo and a raise from Golf, which means we're going to get to see some information about them. Insta-fold, huh? Suited connectors. I'm in mid-position, but you know what? I'm going to break a rule and just call here. Small raise. Now I might do a re-raise. They folded to the last person. They might fold to me. They call. That's too dangerous of a flop. Yeah. That's a terrible flop. Again, my re-raise was based off the fact that they folded to the last person. They didn't raise, but they did call. Alright, Alpha makes a raise. Which puts the action on Delta. Who's taking their time? And nothing. I am not Doyle Brunson, so I do not play 2-10s. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Raise from Alpha and a re-raise from Charlie. And a call from Delta. Call from Alpha. And an interesting flop. And all in. They probably have the Jack. I don't see any reason it would be a bluff. The Jack protects against the Queen, King, Ace, the diamonds. It's a standard move. Sometimes, even if it's predictable, it makes sense to do it just to knock their odds out. Be interesting to play a game of poker where everybody has their cards face up, so you see everybody's hand. You just have to decide how to play the odds. This is a good opportunity to just take a freebie. Yeah. This may be out of position. I was going to say it's a good hand to raise in, but only if it was with like Charlie or Delta. No, I'm not going to do it against them. Oh my god! Oh, that's sickening. I almost raised two. Oh my god. They would have never saw that coming. They would have thought I was cheating. That's yeah. Still, I thought he might have had pockets. That was ugh. Ugh. Here's some Delta call from Echo. I don't really think I've seen Beta or Foxtrot play a lot. That was a quick call. And then this changes things with the king. Because somebody had the queen, they no longer think they have it. 9-7. It's a fair thing to make a move on. Semi-bluff on the flop, but with the blinds of 15-30, it's not worth it. Charlie Delta, I've seen them play a lot, so they're a little more aggro. Hotel's a little aggro as well. So these three, a little more concerned with high raises and might be able to bluff against. I mean, not bluff against, but at least hide some stuff. Over here, these three might have to bluff them out. This will be interesting to watch. King, queen, ace, king. Okay, that's going to be very interesting to see how they played that, because there was raises the entire time, but it was lies. Those raises were all lies. It's interesting enough that Delta was calling. They didn't really raise until the end. So Delta was just kind of waiting for their card to hit. So Delta might be more of a drawing person. It's interesting here that Foxtrot's calling. I haven't really seen Foxtrot play. They're just doing a simple call. They could have made a raise. They did not. One thing I think you'll notice doing this hand reviews is how few hands go to the river. And that's why I believe in playing the table and not the cards. It's why I believe, I know it's a classic expression, but so few hands go to the river that all you have to do is make them fear you. Can't do it all the time, but you can do it enough. Make sure there's enough money in the table to justify their fear. Tiny raise might be all it takes here, even if you got an ace. Nope. My money's on Viper. They haven't played enough hands, and they've been very skittish. They're gonna. Yeah, I think Viper's got the. I think they got the king. Foxtrot. They were slow playing it. I'm gonna make a move. 5-6 is mid position. I'm pretty okay with that. Oh, come on. I fold. No, I've seen Hotel do aggro a bit, but I really haven't seen that as much, and definitely don't have anything to call on. Go for the raise and Charlie with the call. It's an interesting hand, which I would have won. That had to have made a difference. I'll do a small raise. I just want to get rid of some people. These two guys have been more aggressive, so I'm willing to call. I won't call an all in though, but I'll call a 300 raise. Nope. Hotel with the limp. Bravo with the limp, and I really haven't seen Bravo play a lot. So Bravo's got a good hand. Yeah, I'm not dealing with this. Even with an 8-5, an 8-5 is the only two things that can come up, honestly. 5, yeah. Other than that, I don't trust anything. There we go. Sometimes you do gotta play the cards. And these cards say, grab it. Question is, how much do I raise? 300 in the pot. I'm under the gun. A lot. I'm basically just gonna force them all in on the flop. Yeah, I'm just gonna go all in like I'm bluffing. It's a fake bluff. Yeah. I could have checked and let them have it, but maybe they would have made a move, but I was hoping they would think it was a bluff. Because if something didn't happen, I was gonna bluff. In order to kind of not throw off, I kind of make my decision before the actual flop happens, unless there's a very specific flop. So Bravo, who's been very conservative the entire game, is all of a sudden making these moves. I don't see them as anything but pot committed, and there they are, 9s, 7s. Oh, that's a shame. I don't think they're a bad player. They kind of deserve to hire. Out of position call. Ooh, 2 out of position calls. Yeah, not with 2 of them. I don't trust Hotel. They've been limping in a lot, but Alpha has not been. And that's a little scary. Yeah, this would have been a terrible hand for me to be in. Alpha with the raise. It's a weird time to bluff, though, considering there's 2 high cards, 2 clubs. There's a re-raise. So was that a check? No, they were the last act. I don't think Hotel's bluffing. There we go. Yep. That is interesting that both of them called pre-flop instead of making a move. I'm going on top of that. They've been playing a lot. They might call me, but I don't. Damn it. That's throwing me off now. I don't even know if I should call this. Shit. I feel like a 10's going to show, and I mean a king is going to show, and it's going to be. No, I'm glad I called. Fake bluff. But I was correct though. If a king showed, I would have been trapped. That was a lucky flop. But that's the reason I almost didn't want to call for next to no to just a tiny raise, is because I knew I was outkicked at some point. So yeah, if a king showed and only the king, I probably would have made a small bet and checked if they re-raised. Um, so what you saw before is that I forgot if I did that on the first game. That's something I've been doing recently with fake bluffs, because I figured the guy had an ace in his hand, and I figured if he had an ace and I went all in like that, it would have looked so much like a bluff he would have called. But if I just checked it, he might have checked it out, might have, maybe he would have made a small move and I would have raised and then he would have knocked out of there. But by going all in immediately, it's a fake bluff. Sometimes it works as a bluff, sometimes I do it straight, but it depends on the player. No reason I shouldn't make a move. I'm just worried about the all in. Maybe I should have raised less. But I'd like them to call and be pot committed. Well, maybe not pot committed, but close to it. I need a first place. I'm throwing up recently. Just you saw the first game, and then the second game. I mean, the other game you didn't see is I was literally 6,000 against a few 1500s, and I plummeted. I would have liked to review that game. It would have been a good review, but apparently if you go full screen, it does not record. I did not know that. What's interesting about this game is there's so many limps. limp too. That's your strategy. I hate limping. I feel like raising, even if I'm wrong, raising at least gives me information about the other player, where limping does not. Um, 6 players and a conservative game. I'll do a small raise. Ace unsuited under the gun, I'm not a fan of because of higher aces. It's so easy to get trapped into. But this has been such a conservative table, except for Hotel. Maybe Delta. So it's reasonable they would call. But they might also see them out of position and not call. I don't foresee them going in unless they had something amazing. If he calls, as long as there's not two... Okay. I'm in first. My goal is to just get to a heads-up area so we can evaluate heads-up hands. Even if I come in second, which I don't want to, but even if I come in second, at least we could have evaluated some heads-up hands. Here's the call, the limp, but I'm going to do some raises here. Nine eight's a pretty good betting hand. I'm under the gun, which I don't like, but he limps a lot, so he might not even have anything. Yeah. 2 king. May go all in. No, blinds are about to go up. I'll do it when blinds go up. I might as well just pretend I'm a little more conservative now. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna take a break for a little bit. Take a break as in I'm gonna be a little more conservative until next time on the button at least. Maybe even one more go. If either of them call, yeah. I did just say I'd be conservative, but I do like ace suited in position. This is not a good bluffing hand. There's too many possibilities he could have. Like, even if he doesn't hit, he still might be going for a draw in some way or another. Suited connectors. Alright, it's just, yeah. I know I said I'd be more conservative, but I just really like a 4-3 suited. Like, that goes under the radar. Oi! As soon as I say I'm going to be conservative, I just have to play all the hands. At least I'm going to be aggressive with it. Maybe I should have just called to let somebody raise and re-raised on top, but I don't really feel like taking a shot like that. I just want to knock them all out. Alright. Now I'm going to be conservative until the next bell. I've done too many hands in a row. They're not going to believe me. Well, this might play an interesting scenario where he raises. It might make sense. Nope, okay. Yeah, I don't think he's got anything, and I think if he raised a small amount, I might go all in just to take it. But I wouldn't do it that hand because he might not have believed me. Yeah, I might play this other times, but considering they might push, they got less than 10 big, they got just about 10 big blinds. And considering I was aggressive before, I gotta swap up a little. I find it very important to swap playstyles. Oh, there we go. Delta with the move. And a call. 10-10-5-5. Huh. That honestly was a good raise. He raised to 300, which was a strangely small amount. And then an all-in on the fives, which you would have thought you could have taken the 300. I don't disagree with that raise. Could I have avoided that? I mean, he could have just called and looked around for it, but flop would have killed him anyway. Port Orange Special. It's not suited, but it's a fun hand. Not that fun. Again, I'm going to stay conservative for a little bit. Once the blinds go higher, I'll start taking them. Tables back to being conservative itself. Those limps are weird. Well, that explains that limp. I don't understand that. I guess it would have made sense if he went all in himself there, but after the raise, I don't agree with that at all. I guess Hotel's been a little bluffy, so. Alright, I have it. He might have it too, but I don't think he's got me out kicked. He would have done something. Just gonna try to suck him into a bet. Yeah. I don't think I would have got much more than that. It actually begs the question: is it better to bet the 300 and not get it, or to bet the 150 but you have to show your hand? Alright, once blinds are up, I'm going to start pushing, but he can have this. Here's the limp from Bravo. I mean, Charlie. So we have Golf, the conservative player, Hotel, the rougher player, and then Charlie, who's been a little more rough as well. That's an interesting flop there. That doesn't help anybody. Oh my god. Charlie's just straight up calling everything. And fold. Jack Queen, probably. Alright, well, now they're two fighting for third place and the cash out. Yeah, I didn't want to play the 10 Queen because I think Charlie might be in a little bit of a tilt and might go all in here. Port Orange special, but I don't call with it. And blinds are up, so now I'm going to start to play a little more aggressive. Let them deal that. Yeah. I think I got all of them pegged. Aggressive, conservative, a little in between, but more on the aggressive side. Now, they could change it up like I changed it up. I can't forget that part, but I think I've seen enough hands to really understand them. Considering he's a little more aggressive, I might call here if he goes all in. He's... Nope. He might be forced into it, but I don't think he's going to do it. Yeah. Not golf. There's enough to put him all in. He won't call. He might call, but no. Did two in a row. I'm not going to do a third. He hasn't stealed my blinds yet. I just don't believe him. Yeah, he was right. I mean, I lucked out, but he was right. So I was incorrect there. He hasn't stolen my blinds before, but he limps in a lot. I'm really not worried about his limps. Where normally I would be worried about limps. Hotel just limps a lot. He might have known I would raise and might re-raise, but oh, there you go. I honestly think it's a pretty good bluffing hand. Yeah. I mean, normally I don't like bluffing with that, but I just don't. See that? I'm going to do a small raise because I feel like if I re-raise too much, he might go all in on top. Yeah. I'll call. fact, if he calls, I might just go all in on top of him. No, I got outs. Nope. Yeah, I'm just gonna go all in. I got outs if he calls. Oh, shoot, he did. Oh my god. I just. When that happens, I get worried about, like, ace 10, king queen, ace king. I don't think pocket kings. I mean. Alright. I've made a lot of bad moves this game that have worked out in my favor, though. So I honestly haven't played that well, I don't think. I'd still be able to go in first. I gotta fold after that embarrassment. Alright, there we go. Maybe I should have raised to 1,000. Good. Oh, this is an easy one. Yeah, he's bluffing. He's bluffing. Maybe he has the 5. I don't. Maybe he's got an ace high. Yeah. He would have bet higher with the 5. Ace high at best. So while he's aggressive, he's been slowing down a lot. He hasn't really limped. I could probably, I might be wrong on that, but I might be able to just take it for a small raise. Nope. I mean, he has a good hand, but, or he's just trying to steal it. But I'm glad I didn't raise more. I'm wondering if I should calm down if I'm being a little too aggressive. It's only 3 players, so odds of them having a good enough hand are less. Once you get to a small enough players, it's all about the highest card. Alright, I'm gonna raise again. Oh. No. He hasn't really done that in a while. Nico's been making the moves where they count. He doesn't just raise, he goes all in. see what I can do with this. Call. That's interesting. A lot of opportunities there. That's a very specific raise. Do it again. If this doesn't work, I have to reverse course. That's what I was worried about. Man, I want to know what he's been doing with those. Would this work? I feel like if he had a better hand, he wouldn't act like that. 10-9. That's a good hand. Is he going to go all in again? I'm going to keep staying a little bit aggressive because I actually want him to do that a few times because I want him to think I'm aggressive. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it when I actually have a good hand and knock him out. Well, I knew he had something like that. Probably should have called with that ace-6. Not this time. Raise it just a little. That's a pretty good flop. For him, I don't see a reason to bet that much. I gotta start winding down a little bit as much as I want to pretend to keep aggressive. There we go. But if he goes all in, well, I call. So was that a mistake? I can't. Yeah, I gotta play it. I can't fold it. That's the problem. All right. Go all in. He might fold. I think he was just trying to steal it. Oh no. Oh no. Interesting. Good thing neither of us had spade. Well, I wish I had a spade, but. Alright, at this point, I'm just going to call if he raises me. Oh, that's a good all-in hand. Got it. going to fold. If I raise, he's going to go all in. I got to readjust a little bit to a conservative game at this point. Yay! No! It's a long game. Funny, he's been more conservative and he's been more aggressive lately. It's definitely swapped. I gotta do a raise though. Even if I'm willing to lose it, I gotta do a raise on the next time I have small blind. Because I've been giving him so many that actually when I have something, he's not gonna believe it if I don't raise again. Alright. That changed that whole plan. Alright, I got what I wanted. Heads up. I don't really think I deserved it. It's definitely stuff to go over. Queen 2, Queen High is enough for me to raise, especially on the button. 300 blind. Nines unsuited. I'm a fan of that. I will go all in if he does a raise. If he goes all in, I won't call though. He has something good. Ace is always good in heads up. I'll call. No! Darn. I made the right move though. What? Oy vey, I really thought that was a... Might as well, I don't have enough chips. Nope. I needed something below a 7 that wasn't a 3. No, I don't trust that. Pretty much anything I'm gonna go all in. Yeah, that'll do it. Alright, we should be fine as long as there's no 4. Oh, phooey.